Hello guys, welcome to another video on Tryp rides. I think what we need to do today is we need to clear up some misinformation out there about Tryp rides. This is going to be our first video on a series of informational videos on Tryp rides, okay? The reason why I'm doing this video is because a lot of people get misinformed about what Tryp is. And Tryp is a new rideshare company that's coming out. So let's go ahead and get started on Tryp. So a lot of people have a question. What is Tryp? And we need to talk about this because a lot of people get confused as to like the rights of the name, because there's a hotel named Tryp. But see, we are not violating their legal statuses because we are in a different space, industry. We are not just going by Tryp. Tryp Rides is the name of the company, Tryp Rides. And this is going to be part one of our series. So, how do you say Tryp? Just like I said, just Tryp. Tryp Rides, okay? So Tryp Technology is the first disruptive and innovative software as a service provider and a rideshare technology platform. Okay, so this right here is telling us that Tryp is a software service provider. Now, in order for us to understand what Tryp is, we need to understand what is a software as a service provider is. Okay, a software service provider is a distribution model in which a third-party provider hosts applications and makes them available to customers over the internet, and is one of three main categories of cloud computing. Alright, the advantage of this model is that unlike other models that have to pay 15 to 20% per year in maintenance fees, a SaaS provider allows the buyer to pay an annual or monthly subscription fee, which includes the software license, support, and other fees. And the biggest benefit of this model is that they are able to spread costs over time. Now let's talk about the security of a SaaS provider. Now, your information that you give Tryp rides is very secure. Because they use this software as a SaaS platform, it goes through a very significant stringent security procedures, an audit that tests the data security. So they go through very stringent security measures to see if the information is able to be safe. A lot of companies go through this type of service provider so that it keeps their information safe, because a lot of information nowadays are online and on the internet. And this is what Tryp is. This is what Tryp specializes in. So when they say a subscription fee, you're paying for the maintenance of the app, your insurance, and everything that goes into becoming a rideshare business. Now, Tryp is not a scam. Tryp is a real company that's going to provide drivers with 100% of the fares. We'll get more into that as the series go along. Rideshare technology with a disruptive peer-to-peer payment system allowing riders' payments to go directly to the driver. So what Tryp have done is when a rider pays the driver, it does not go through corporate. Okay, they set you up with your own merchant account. And when the rider pays, it goes directly to the driver's bank account. Okay? Tryp does not touch the money at all. So you ask, well, how does Tryp get paid? There are several ways Tryp get paid. Tryp get paid by, one, the driver's subscription to the service. You're paying for that flat fee is payment to the app to use the app. Tryp also collects a booking fee, much like Uber and Lyft do. They collect a booking fee, okay? So there are multiple ways that Tryp earns money, and they earn enough to keep their lights on and keep paying their employees, because they got several employees working on the system. So if this was a scam, why would you have employees? Why would you put such a platform into business? Now, drivers pay a low monthly software subscription fee, enabling them to always, not sometime, but always make 100% of the fare and tip on each ride, as well as part wait time, cancellation fees when they occur. So in theory, you're making 100% of the fare. So what does that mean? You are in business for yourself. You are creating this rideshare business so that you could benefit yourself, because 100% of the fare comes to you. Okay? You pay that one low monthly fee every month at the end of the month. Not at the start, but at the end of the month. And you can earn your money for 30 days and then pay your subscription fee. Now, there are several plans that Tryp has. They have an $80 plan, a $140 plan, and the $200 plan. Each one of those plans have benefits to them. Obviously, the higher that you go, the better the benefits. On each of those plans, no matter which plan that you choose, you'll get 100% of the fare. Our Rider app allows riders to save money with lower fares and no surcharge pricing. So this is the benefit to the consumer. We've already talked about some of the benefits to the driver. Now let's talk about the benefits to the rider. The rider pays less on the fares, but see, the driver's going to make more because they're earning 100% of the fare. So if our price is 1 or 2% lower than Uber's, customers don't have no loyalty. So they go to choose the lowest price. And so most likely, once they start hearing about Tryp, they're going to start downloading the app of Tryp. Now, there are many other benefits to being a rider with Tryp that we will get into later on in the video. Tryp rides experience commitment. Provide the highest quality ride service with a keen focus on safety, friendliness, convenience, and the lowest possible fares every day. So they're not talking about having the lowest fares sometimes. They're talking about having the lowest fares all the time. And once again, like I said, if you are earning 100% of the fare all the time, you're going to make more money. The more riders that you put on the platform, the more money you're going to make. They highest quality of service with keen focus on safety. Let's talk about that. Our app will have a live personal safety alert system that is geo-positioned to your location, allowing for immediate 24/7 support connection with our office. So our office is open 24/7, and you can always call support. And it is geo-positioned to your location. So the app has a panic button. So whether you are the driver or the rider, there is safety built into it so that you are able to call for help whenever you need it. Just hit that panic button, then the authorities, aka the police, will be at the scene quicker because they know exactly where you're at. That's why we provide these safety measures. There's so many safety measures within Tryp that any passenger would be happy about. And even the driver would be happy about, because he can do the same thing. If somebody hitting on you, you have a panic button that comes direct so that you can hit, and then the authorities can come and assist you. So we take care of the driver and we take care of the rider with safety issues. Our Pick Your Driver feature allows you to book your favorite driver in advance at the time of your ride if they are on call. So right here, this benefits both the rider and driver. Okay, now let me tell you how this benefits both the rider and driver. Okay, it benefits the driver because they don't have to ghost ride no more. They don't have to wait until the bean comes. They are able to build a book of business, and the rider is able to book the person that they want. I've used the Uber app plenty of times, and all it does is just finds the closest driver to me. And I know they're trying to change that now, but they're trying to change that now because of Tryp. Tryp came up with this technology way before Uber did. Now, Tryp, the reason why this is good for both the rider and the driver, because this is also a safety feature. Meaning that if you know the person, if you start to get to know the person that you're riding with or driving, then there's safety right there. Because y'all get to build that relationship. And once you build that relationship with your customers could refer other customers to you, which builds your clientele, which builds your business. Because, hey, they like the way your car smells. They like the way you drive. You like your conversation. They understand that there's safety. So if somebody that you know and start to get familiar with, there's safety there. You're not getting in a car with a stranger. So that's why it's good to get into Tryp early, so that you could build these books of business and have pretty much your book of business pretty much set when Tryp comes to your particular area. We've also launched a national community outreach program with focus on local commitment by being partners with cities we service. We proudly partner with organizations that make a difference in our communities. Right now, Tryp is fixing to launch in Florida, and they're partnering with a not-for-profit in Florida during the event that helps kids, whether it's disabled kids, whether it's just a community thing where they provide kids with special services as food during the summertime or whatnot. I'm not too sure about that, but they are partnering with non-for-profit. So when you partner with Tryp, you're partnering to help non-for-profit. They're partnering and helping your local community. Uber doesn't help with the local community. They just sign drivers here and there, and they don't ever think about the local community. But Tryp, they think about the local community. They partner up with non-for-profits. They donate to non-for-profits. They help non-for-profits. You see, this is a giving platform. They give 100% to the driver, and we'll talk about the rider in a minute. And the marketing dollars they give to influencers. Influencers are the marketing team. They only get paid when they produce. And marketing dollars usually go to, if they are a regular company, usually go to either advertising agencies, other type of businesses that help promote their business, go to newspapers, magazines, running ads on TV, radio stations, whatever that marketing dollar go to. That's who most companies like Uber and Lyft did, is they market in other mediums. And so individual people who was promoting Uber and Lyft did not necessarily see a dime of the funds. So Tryp being Tryp is a cost-effective way to have people who know about Tryp and are part of the business to promote the company, so that it doesn't have to spend those marketing dollars. Then if they don't have to spend marketing dollars, the money goes to who? Most of the money goes to the driver. Most of the money goes to the influencers. Some of the money goes to the riders for their benefits. Now, our commitment to drivers. Our drivers are the heart and soul of Tryp Ride. See, we understand that the drivers are the ones who make the business. Uber, they're trying to do away with the drivers. They're investing in autonomous cars. Well, we know that autonomous cars is coming. Guess what Tryp is going to do? They're looking ahead in the future to where you can earn money that way too when autonomous cars come out. Some of you guys out there, y'all don't think long term and don't look far ahead. Well, Tryp already look far ahead. Okay? They looking to take care of the drivers. That's why they have stock options, because they're looking out for the driver. Let's talk about that. We are committed to providing the highest pay in the rideshare industry. You can't get no better than 100%. You can't. If you take every single last cent, that's the best you can do. A stock option incentive plan for every driver as the company grows. So anyone who knows what stock options are, stock options in Tryp work a little differently. Most employees who start coming to a business when it starts, they could buy in for a certain number of shares at a discounted rate. With Tryp, you can get shares in a company, but you got to earn those shares, okay? You're going to earn them through your driving. There's different stock options for different things. So if you wanted to market, you get stock option points for those, okay? As of the moment, if you sign up before August 15th, then every 100 points equals 1 share, okay? So you could drive, and you could build up your stock options. I met a guy the other day. He did in 3 years about 14,000 rides, okay? He did 14,000 for Uber. I met him just yesterday. And guess what? With 15,000 rides in Tryp, you could get some stock options for that. Some of you guys don't realize how powerful stock options are. As the company grows, the stock options value increases. So the more shares that you have in a company, the more money you'll make when they go public. And there's only a limited amount of shares. So having that, it's a limited amount of shares, and as the company grows, the shares become worth more. That means that the value of each share is going to be a whole lot of money. And you can earn that by driving for Tryp. See, like I said, this company is for drivers. It's made by drivers, people who have driven in the industry, guys. This isn't just some corporate guy who just made up an idea and tried it out like Uber. These are people who driven for Uber, okay? A lot of people who join have driven for Uber before, and they understand the problems that Uber and Lyft have made, okay? So they took the good parts of Uber and Lyft. Some of you guys don't see the good parts, but there are good parts in Uber and Lyft. We took those same things and we took out the bad things with the fees getting taken out and all that, and just made Tryp. All drivers can participate in this program, building long-term wealth for themselves and their families. Stock options, that's what stock options do. You can build a lot of wealth through stock options. People who got in when companies were small. How many of you guys out there, if y'all could get into Uber when it first started, would get into Uber when it first started? Because Uber didn't just become a multi-billion-dollar company overnight. There had to be growing pains, okay? If you guys understand that it takes time for a company to grow into a multi-billion-dollar company, you understand that. And getting in now, get those shares in the company, get that equity in the company. So when later on down the line, maybe 10 or 20 years from now, you could secure your future for not yourself, but your kids as well. Some of you guys don't think ahead. Y'all think that $200 is a whole lot of money, when in fact it's really not. When you think about all the benefits that Tryp is going to give you. And the $200 is a one-time thing until your market opens. Okay? It's just a one-time fee until your market opens. $200. And then while you're waiting, you don't necessarily have to wait for Tryp to get to you. You can start referring your customers to the app. Okay? Now the commitment to the riders, okay? What do riders get? Okay, riders are the foundation. Without drivers, Tryp is nothing. Without riders, the drivers can't make money. So we focus on the drivers, and we'll market and get riders, okay? It takes time to build this base, okay? Some of you guys think that it's an overnight success, but it takes time, okay? And you being a driver, you can help with that. Because every time you pick up a rider, you could tell them, hey, the Tryp app is already out. So you can have the riders download the app for free. And as they share it with their friends, they can make 40 cents. We have a 5-star rating system for drivers, offering an effective way to provide feedback. The same way with Uber and Lyft. Like I said, we took the good parts of Uber and Lyft and put it into Tryp, okay? Every time a rider shares the app, they earn 40 cents every time the referred rider takes a trip. This is revolutionary, guys, okay? The company is sharing the riders with the drivers. Uber and Lyft, they get benefits off of every rider, okay? So does Tryp. But Tryp is also sharing some of the revenue with the driver that refers riders. So it's a big incentive for drivers to start referring passengers. Start getting passengers aware that this company is charging lower fares and that there is no surcharge. So they don't have to wait till the surcharge is over to book a ride. A lot of people, like myself, waited until the surcharge was over. You don't have to worry about that with Tryp. They could just go ahead and book their ride right then and there. So 40 cents, guys. You guys don't think that's a lot of money, but once you start referring your clientele and start getting several hundred people and start downloading the app for free and start sharing it with other people, it could be very astronomical. This is a Tryp Rise information series, okay? So I just want to provide information to people and try to be as accurate as I can be. So that's why I'm making these videos, just provide information. I don't want to do, bashing other people or nothing like that. I just want to provide information about Tryp. And if you find everything all right in this video, just give me a like. If you see anything that I can improve on, just let me know. I am a guy who takes criticism fine, because everybody can improve. So this is my information series on Tryp. The next video will be about the price plans, because there are 3 different price plans that you can come in as a driver, okay? And they're all, like I said, all have their own benefits to them. If you want to sign up, go to www.trypgosc.com and sign up for free. And I will contact you personally. And if we can meet up, we can meet up and talk about the details of the plan. Once again, this is Tryp SC. And we are going to be a great company. Now, if you see the long-term wealth that this can make you, go ahead and join. Like I said, go to www.trypgosc.com. It will be in the description below. And have a great day, guys. And look forward to making another video. Like I said, give me feedback. And if the video was awesome, just give me a like. And thank you very much.